Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Rawdog Monday. I am your host, Coach, and I am joined by my two esteemed colleagues. First, we got him running the production tonight. He is Big Daddy C.
I love you, Big Daddy. See?
What's up, fellas?
And then, of course, we got the man, the myth, the legend, the one whose fiance constantly beats him, Fritos.
Rhea, please save me. Please. Please. I need you. I need you.
If you're in trouble, blink twice. Oh, man.
All right, guys. So we had after last week's Monday Night Raw, it's really hard to top that. And, this Raw, it just kind of felt for a go-home show to Saturday night's main event. But let's go ahead. Let's jump right in. We get things started out with Gunther coming to the ring, talking about his upcoming title match with Finn Balor. And sure enough, Finn Balor shows up with the Judgment Day. They start talking their smack. Finn basically talking about how he has deserved a title match for a long time. Yada, yada. They go in, get ready to beat up Gunther. Damian Priest music hits to a very loud pop, if I should add, because that was very unexpected. And he starts beating up the Judgment Day. Then he gets in the ring. Then Gunther starts beating up Priest. Then Priest starts hitting Gunther. Balor comes back in and just chaos. Balor eventually hits 3 coup de grace again on Priest and stands tall with his tag team title and his world heavyweight title in hand, basically sealing the deal that he is not winning on Saturday. So, guys, your thoughts on this opening segment?
I loved everything about it. I mean, including Damian also kind of hopefully ends the story with Finn. That's why I'm hopeful with this, including him in the triple threat now. But the one thing that really got me more exciting is we're getting a little bit more tease of CM Punk being potentially Gunther's next opponent, as he's saying he's the best in the world. This is the second reference to cult personality that we've heard from him, in the past couple of weeks. So he might be the one that Punk goes after Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. Just have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I thought like the whole segment was good. Normally whoever gets the momentum going into the match does not win. Then again, like this is like, since it's a triple threat, it's kind of hard to imagine who would like really. You never know what's going to happen.
Because you got 33.3 odds chance from a genetic freak.
But no, I think Gunther's holding his title probably up until Mania, and so I don't see him losing this. And I think Gunther's record in triple threat matches, I think he's undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. So especially if it's for the title, I know he's won all his intercontinental championship matches whenever they were a triple threat. And I think it'll be the same way with this one. So I like the segment. Chaos has been a common theme every Monday night on Raw, which is what I love. And so I'm excited to see what happens Saturday.
Yeah, and after that segment, Adam Pearce met with the Judgment Day and indeed scheduled the Saturday night's main event match to be a triple threat, including Damian Priest. He also said that next Monday, the Judgment Day will be defending their tag team titles against the War Raiders on Monday Night Raw. So we'll look forward to that. We then get to our first match of the evening, and it is the 8-man tag team match between the Wyatt Six, and the Final Testament plus The Miz. And, I mean, we kind of knew this match wasn't going to have anything completely memorable, like technical-wise, but, I mean, it still was a very entertaining match. Lots of back and forth. Scarlett ended up interfering with Uncle Howdy to save Karrion Kross, only for Nikki Cross to come out from, I guess she was underneath the announce table or something, because you could see Wade Barrett like scooting to the side for a second, and then all of a sudden he sees Nikki Cross and starts freaking out. So I don't know how they hit her. That'll be interesting to find out there. Anyways, it looked like the odds had been even. Howdy went to go for Sister Abigail, only for a returning Paul Ellering to come and blind him with powder, and that allowed Karrion Kross to hit the final prayer for the win. Definitely was not expecting that, but also not entirely mad about it. Upset, yes, because I love the Wyatt Six, but not upset with this booking. Your guys' thoughts?
It was entertaining. Just a little disappointed that Uncle Howie's one weakness, baby powder. Who would have thought? Pure talcum powder would have taken him out. I mean, we had some highs with Nikki getting Scarlet and all that. They're going to continue this for a trilogy, I think. This was just the first taste of it. I thought they would do maybe some main event, so I could see this now maybe Royal Rumble be hopefully where they conclude it.
Oh, we lost Coach for a minute. But no,
he's back.
But no, yeah. The only thing I will add to it, pretty much, like just what I hope is going to happen at Royal Rumble. Cause I also think that's going to be the culmination. There needs to be this can't be a traditional 8-man tag match anymore. Like it has to be everybody versus everybody. Like kind of do what AEW did with the Stadium Stampede, but they just gonna have to give it a new name, find a new name for it, where they just fight across the entire arena. Like I feel like that's something they should do. Oh wait, it was something else AEW did. I don't know if you guys remember that match, but it was House of Black. I think it was it House of Black? No, it was I believe it was the Pinnacle versus it was like Sting, Darby, and a few other people, and they was like in his warehouse, and it was like yeah, like something like that. Like
or I wouldn't mind a cinematic one.
Yeah, like, they made it cinematic. Yeah, they made it cinematic.
No, cinematic would be beautiful.
That would, kind of match. I think that would be amazing. So I think that's what I envision could happen at Royal Rumble. But we'll see what happens. But I think that'll be the perfect way to culminate to basically end the feud, just like a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, well, either way, through this, the Wyatt Six are still a crowd favorite. The pop when they came out was great, and I think what they're doing with this booking is not overexposing them each week, and I think that's a good thing for them. Still trying to get their footing and everything in the tag team division, and with all their storylines. So I think they're doing a really good job. WWE is. We then move on to CM Punk having a sit down with Jackie Redmond, talking about his history with Seth Rollins. Well, first she asks about the favor, to which again Punk very vague says it's a personal favor. Me and Paul Heyman have known each other for a while, and that's it. He then talks about Seth Rollins on how they actually used to be friends when Seth was first coming to WWE. And in fact, Punk actually saved Seth from being fired by helping him form the Shield with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, which I found very interesting. Punk then gave Rollins his flowers for everything that he did while Punk was gone, but he said that Punk ended his interview by saying, well, the starter's back, and it's time for the second string to sit on the bench.
Hater. Love it.
See, your thoughts?
Man, this feel like we just getting teasers at this point, and I'm just ready for it to happen, man. But I know they're gonna make us wait a little bit longer before we get it, because with Rumble, I don't know if they're gonna have this match at Saturday night's main event. I'm hoping they do, because it's already been a stacked card, so I would imagine you want Punk and Rollins involved in this event. But we'll see what happens. Well, this was the go home show, so I highly doubt that they make this match a last minute decision. But with the Rumble coming up, obviously they'll both be a part of that, so I won't expect to see it then. They might just hold off until Mania, or maybe Elimination Chamber. They might be both. Who knows what happens? But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm ready to see them 1-on-1 in the ring, man.
Yeah, we're not going to get this for a while. I think we're going to get a tease of it at Rumble. They're definitely those two are going to have eye-to-eye contact, and I'm predicting that Punk throws him out over the ring. If anything, we're going to get it after Mania. If Punk beats Gunther or Cody or whatever they're doing planning-wise, I could see Seth be his first opponent, and they could run it for a bit. Especially, after backlash of WrestleMania. You need to keep all the audience involved.
Yeah. But let me ask this, though. Like, does it matter who's face or heel in this situation? Or is it just one of these situations where they literally just hate each other and, like,
I think you
regardless
keep it and you just let them go out however they want.
Okay.
Because I think that's where right now this plays off best for each other. Because each one has the idea that they're not in the wrong. But each one's got supporting evidence saying, you're in the wrong. This is why I'm right. So I'm all for it. Just keep them in tweeners. I mean, I can eventually see Punk eventually go full heel, because that's where he thrives at. So, but I could also see that leading up to him and Cena for his retirement tour.
Yeah, I think just leave them as is right now. Just have them go in. It's almost kind of like a Rock Steve Austin kind of feud where both guys are tweeners and nobody cares who's who. They just want to see a good match of guys who hate each other, and that's kind of what we're going to get when we eventually do get a Rollins versus Punk. We then go to our next match, which is Dakota Kai versus Liv Morgan. It's a non-championship match, and I mean, this match happened. I'm sorry, I was not entertained with this. Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler came out, distracted Kai. Damage Control came out to even the odds. Morgan ended up hitting her finisher to defeat Kai, and then actually started beating down Io Sky before their big match on Saturday's main event, which this match is getting underbooked because everyone's focusing on Rhea and Liv instead of Liv and Io, and that just kind of makes this championship run by Liv Morgan just feel less important now as it did in the beginning. It's gotten very, very stale very fast. Your guys' thoughts on this one?
Piss break. Literally, this is just a filler, a feud for both for them. I mean, I'm just ready for it to be over. They need to do something different with them. I mean, I'm looking for Io Sky and Liv's match because Io's a freak in the ring with all her flips and her athleticism. It's got the stuff with Shayna, Zoe, Sonya. I'm just over it. Really, I think they need to rebrand them. They need to do something different writing. Even though I do love
what
another
nickname are we gonna come up with him for now? Because I was like,
I was about to say if I try and think of their real name.
I was like, I forgot they real team name at this point too, because we gave him about 100 different nicknames. But I love the stud line. I love the stud line, and the Studley boys. Gotta love it.
Scissor me timbers.
Yes. Yep, Shayna scissor hands. Like it's so many. But no, I like. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing Liv at any moment in time. But yeah, this was definitely Pittsburgh. However, man, EO was looking nice, man. Like I was like, okay, EO, I see you out here. I see you. EO. But no, yeah, it was Pittsburgh. I am interested in the match with Liv and EO. It was going to be a lot of. I feel like EO is going to carry the match because she's better in the ring than Liv is. I can at least admit that. But yeah, we'll see what happens at Saturday night's main event.
All right, then following the conclusion of that match, we get a taped promo from Drew McIntyre talking about his rivalry with Punk and how he came up on the short end of the stick, but also how when he got his break, he went back home to his family and kind of reevaluated everything about maybe people can change and everything. And he actually said, I didn't watch a lot of our wrestling while I was gone, but the minute I turned on Survivor Series, I see Punk and Roman Reigns shaking hands, and I see Jay Uso and Sami Zayn, and Drew says, I'm not mad at CM Punk because at least Punk had to be bribed to do that, and he got something from it. But Sami and Jay just do it out of their own goodwill, and basically that is Drew's motivation going forward now, is taking out Sami and Jey Uso, which he started last week. Quick thoughts on this promo?
Loved it. It's just, I'm curious now with this transfer portal. Is Roman going to come to Monday night permanently? And are they setting up Drew again to be one of his opponents? Because if so, I would love it. Because right now, that's the only warpath I can kind of see. Since he's over Punk, he lost. Now he's after Sami and Jay. That's got to lead down the road to eventually him and Roman again.
Yeah, I think, man, you gotta love Drew, man. Like it's just crash out season every time he's around. Like there's no peace when Drew McIntyre is around. I love it. Like it's just, man, I wish we could have got this Drew many years ago when he was the chosen one. Don't get me wrong, he was talented then, but like just seeing what he is now, man, if only we got that years ago when he was a lot younger. But you got to grow and mature, so it's better have it now than never. So
also, side note, Drew McIntyre is back to tweeting again, which is awesome. His most recent tweet was when Sami Zayn and Jey Uso actually were at the Big 12 championship game, and Arizona State won that match. They gave one of their custom belts to the MVP of the game, and Drew McIntyre's response was, I heard some of the Arizona State players were saying, who were the special needs guys on stage with them?
I love Drew.
He's back.
Oh yeah,
he is the chosen one.
He is back. All right, well, from one hater to the next hater, we go with Seth freaking Rollins coming to the ring and giving his side of the CM Punk story, where he says, yes, that is very true what happened with CM Punk. he said, I'm not going to deny that. But what he left out was that when he left the company and Seth reached out to him, CM Punk never returned his calls or any text message.
Huh. Just like
And then, on top of that, he's still upset how CM Punk trashed WWE for all that time. And right when you think you're going to hear Cult of Personality, you actually hear Sami Zayn's music. And Seth saying, I'm not in the mood right now, Sami. Well, Sami came to apologize for last week for assuming that it was Seth that took out Jey Uso. And he said that last week Rollins was sounding a lot more like Drew McIntyre, to which Rollins just kind of brushed it off, and Sami said, I'm not going to interfere anymore. Seth says thank you, walks away. Then we find out that on Saturday night's main event, we do have a match between Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre that was just set. And after that was done, Sami gives a brief promo about what he's going to do to Drew McIntyre, only for Drew McIntyre to come out and knock him down, separated by security. End of segment. Fritos, your thoughts?
Loved it. I loved every second. Like I said, this is showing Seth's side, why he believes he is right. I can relate. I still don't have any text messages or phone calls from my daddy either. I'm still missing that gallon of milk. My cereal is dry. It's prime cookie season, and cookies and milk sounds good right now. Santa hat. Sorry, I had to. But I like how Sami brought up the comparison of Seth acting like Drew. I know we've kind of joked around with it, but I need a super hater faction. Call it the haters ball. I need Drew, I need Seth, and I need Kevin Owens all together taking on everyone. Is it right now? They are haters, and I love it.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say much more than what I've already said so far. Like, I just need it to happen, man. I know we gotta wait, but man, I need it. I need these two to lock up, man. I need it. I was great. I was fine with the segment. Like, a lot of emotion, a lot of personal like issues going on, like a lot of connections between these three. Like, it just so much going on, man. This is like just these storylines just been great storytelling, man. Like, it's we are very far removed from the dark days of Monday Night Raw, like where we had to like sit through each terrible week under the Vince McMahon era, man. So it's great to see like chaos, see the awesome promos back on a weekly basis, even though the crowd may not have been the best. Even just watching from home is different, you know, because you're into it a lot more. So I loved it.
All right, moving on to our next match, which is a IC women's title triple threat tournament match, however you want to put it, between Zelina Vega, Lyra Valkyria, and Ivy Nile. And here's where all three kind of stand right now with the crowd. Ivy Nile got no entrance, no televised entrance, so that's not good. Zelina got a televised entrance, but and the crowd was kind of like, oh yeah, like happy. Lyra's entrance, though, the crowd was singing to her song. So that says a lot of how over she is right now. And it showed in this match. It was a very quick match, surprisingly. I was very surprised how fast that one went. I got up to go refill my water, and I come back, and then the match is over. Lyra ended up getting the victory and looked strong doing it. Simple match, and she moves on in the women's IC title tournament. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, simple, short, and effective. I really thought Zelina was going to be one of the main runners for the women's IC, but I'm happy for Lyra. She's young. She's going to be the rising star. She's going to be the face of the women's division for a while. So you might as well just be throw her a bone right now and just have everyone know her via a common name in households.
Yeah, I ain't got much to add to that other than the fact that we're looking at the future champion. Like she's winning it. Like I think
That's
the way,
squashed by Nia. She deserves it.
yeah, like the as high as they are on for her, like she's going to win a championship. Now who she beats in finals for it, that remains to be seen. But I think she's going to be the one to win that Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
All right. So one thing that Virgil talks about with Monday Night Raw is how, with the new Monday Night Raw, he talks about how he loves the theme that there's one thing that happens at the beginning of the show and it carries over through the rest of the show. And this was exactly what happened tonight, and that was with the New Day and their reaction backstage from other wrestlers to what they did to Big E last week. And every single one of them gave the New Day the cold shoulder. Cody Rhodes was on Monday Night Raw backstage and even said to Xavier Woods, you know, we go back a long way, back to high school, but you really crossed the line and you should be ashamed of yourself. To which Woods just says, oh, that's rich coming from that guy back in high school. So teasing a little bit of a matchup there with those two. And as they try and do an interview with Kathy Kelly, she's basically asks, why did they do it to Big E? To which they're offended. They say, why? What, you're making this one-sided. Xavier Woods eventually takes the camera from Stu, John Cena's cameraman, and follows Kofi Kingston out to the ring with the camera to a nuclear heat booing from the crowd, chanting New Day sucks and we want Big E. And Kofi and Woods, trying to explain themselves, could not get a word in. They finally just dropped the mics and left, and they're wondering what happened. Like, why are they doing this in typical heel fashion? Beautifully done segment. Guys, your thoughts?
Loved it. The way they start in the beginning, where you have Alpha Academy, who are the most friendliest, you would say the most friendliest faction in the whole of WWE, always welcoming everyone, talking to everyone. But the fact that they gave the cold shoulder to the New Day after that shows how much that this new Day kind of sucks in the sense of, you know, being heelish. And then just seeing Cody Rhodes, that's fantastic, because I really think that both the main titles, I think they're switching shows. After this portal, I think we're going to get the big switch. And Raw is going to be stacked with this Netflix deal. And I think this New Day is going to have a Dom Mysterio run where they're not going to be able to get a single word out at all. It's only going to be just backstage segments, but even then, you're going to barely hear it because the whole crowd's going to keep booing them. So I'm all for it. I love it. Let's keep it rocking.
Yeah, I thought it was a good, like, I would say the backstage segments were pretty good. Everyone's pretty much like giving them the cold shoulder. I kind of thought back to when Triple H turned on Ric Flair at the 2005 Raw Homecoming. So that was when Triple H actually came back that night. And he turned on Triple H. I mean, he turned on Ric Flair after their tag match against Carlito and Chris Masters. Basically hit him with the sledgehammer and proceeded to just beat the crap out of him all over the arena. Bloodied up Ric Flair. And then the very next week, Triple H is just walking around, locker room, every person he's like running into, just looking at him like, you sick son of a bitch. And yeah, Big Show looking at him like, it's like he's like, I hope that someday I hope you get yours. And Triple H is like, and Shawn Michaels even had something to say to him, like, come on, man, I know you're capable. I always thought you were capable of anything, but last week was just too much. And Triple H just like looked at him like, whatever. And then he got at Cena, walked up on Cena. And Cena was like, He's like, I don't know you. I'm not going to judge you. But after what you did last week, you lost a lot of respect. And basically Triple H like, all right, like, you better be careful. You better stay out of my business. And but yeah, just something like that. Like, I feel like I just thought about that throwback moment there. And so I want to see what the end game is for this new day, for this new iteration of the New Day. Because like I feel like there has to be a motive. Like, where are they going to take them? Like, all right, it's one thing, they turned heel already. They kicked out Big E. So what are they planning on doing long term with these guys? So that's something we need to think about and look out for.
Yeah, good point there, C. Now we move on to our main event, which is an anything goes match between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. This match started at 8:50, so they only had 10 minutes to do this match, and you could tell by the action it was very rushed. But with an anything goes match, at least you can make it a little bit entertaining, which these two ladies did. Started out on the outside before the bell could even ring, went into the crowd. Rhea pushed some fans out of the way so she could Ric Flair chop Raquel, which was pretty cool. They get back in the ring. There's chairs and kendo sticks everywhere. Just a typical Extreme Rules match, pretty much. Liv Morgan comes out, distracts Rhea. Raquel starts getting the advantage. Then Io Sky comes out, taking out Liv Morgan. And then Rhea sends Raquel through a table for the win. And as the show ends, both Rhea and Io Sky both grab the women's heavyweight championship and lift it up together while both of them are looking at each other smirking, as if to say that they'll be having a match together soon. Guys, your thoughts?
Loved it. I mean, anything with mommy, always on top. Sorry, Gabrielle. Please don't kill me. But anyways.
Gabby.
Stop!
Slap him. Slap him.
I thought there's some spots that were botchy. And there, I think like one of the chair movement things. I can't remember. Like the chair was planked in the middle. It looked like it was a botched move from, I think it was Rhea. But I mean, I'm more excited for the outcome with Io Sky, Rhea, and Liv. I wouldn't mind a triple threat match with them. If not, I just want to see a little bit more Io Sky and Rhea because they have great chemistry together in the ring. Just their personalities together. We saw in the post press conference how they just kind of play off each other. They have great chemistry. I want to see that in the ring, see how it plays off.
I ain't got much to add to this. I honestly did not like this. Probably the first match with Rhea Ripley I did not really care about, even though I wasn't able to catch the main event. But I don't care to go back and watch the whole match, especially if it was only 10 minutes left. I'm sorry, Fritos. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
I've been beaten because of this lady. You will damn watch that match. You hear me? You will watch that match. You will give me a 5-page essay in MLA format, double space, size 12 font, and Times New Roman, and you freaking cite your sources and you give it to me by the end of the week.
I'm turning in at 11:59. I did my last assignment at UIS.
I saw that Facebook post.
11:59. Gotta love it. But no, I'll go back and look at the highlights just to get a little clarity on what's gonna happen Saturday. So, but yeah, I didn't care too much for it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So after last week's Raw, which we thought was one of the best in a very long time, this one just kind of felt flat. Storytelling wise, I thought it did its job. Same with promo work and everything, but the in-ring action just didn't seem the best, and it seemed like it was missing something tonight, and not the best. Maybe everyone's saving up for Saturday night's main event since that is such a big deal. with it happening, and they're okay with just kind of being a little bit cautious with everybody tonight before this coming Saturday. I'd say a solid C, honestly, from this Monday Night Raw. Guys, your thoughts? Any final thoughts on this one?
I'll give it a solid B. There's a lot of lows, but decent highs. Future storytelling going on, leading up more stuff for main events, and a lot more teases. Just with the whole Cody Rhodes being there, so I'll give it a B.
Yeah, same here. I give it a B. I think when you and it's tough when you pull out all the stops the week before the actual go home show, it's kind of hard to follow it up. So I feel like everything they did last week, what if they had it happen this week? Then it probably would have worked out better. Like have Drew come back out of nowhere and then Adam Pearce makes the match, for Saturday, So I feel like whatever they did last week could have happened this week, but since it was so much going on, especially with the New Day 10th year anniversary, they had to really have a great show for that. So yeah, I'll give it a B.
All right. Well, thank you to all of our listeners and subscribers. And if this is your first time listening to any of our podcasts, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our content. We have, 5 shows now, guys, that we send out weekly. We got Rawdog Monday. We got AEW Wednesday, TNA Thursday, the third time rebranded SmackDown, Rebound, Lowdown, Take.
So what is it called now? What are we calling it officially? So that way when
I think SmackDown Throwdown, since I can't use SmackDown Lowdown, right, since that's WWE recap.
Mike needs to go and edit the intro video so he can actually have the title of the updated title. Because it still says Lowdown on it, so we need to edit that, Mike.
Before we get sued. I don't feel like I'm good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have our main podcast on Sunday night where we recap everything from the past week in wrestling and have a little fun as well, going back with some off-topic things like favorite theme song from the 90s, just to give a brief teaser of what we talk about. So again, thank you all for listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For Big Daddy C, for Fritos, I am Coach. We'll see you next time here on a Raw Dog Monday.